Okay, so I know I'm going to be absent today, so extra math and that quiz, you know where it is, you know how to get there. Extra math and that quiz should not take you more than 15 minutes to complete. Please don't waste your time. Today, this is our new standard. We're going to be graphing quadratic functions. Quadratic meaning four sides, like a square. Squares also look like this, something with a squared. So all the things we're going to do today all have squares. We're not going to work on roots and intercepts just yet, but we're getting there. Here's your that quiz codes if periods 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. They are also on the Weebly. If you don't remember the Weebly, look up on the board. I'm probably going to make this video into 2 or 3 parts. Since I'm going to be gone today, you're more than welcome to watch all the different videos. It just might take you a while. Okay, so this is a little bit of practice. It's graphing using a table. So I have my given x values here, and I'm going to be looking for my y values. These are the ones I'm going to be solving for. So I'm going to have y, I should do that in blue, y equals 2x minus 3, and then this x value is the one that's going to be changing. So in this case, the first one looks like it's going to be a 0. Okay, so we're just solving equations. We'll have y equals 2 times 0, which is 0, minus 3, y equals negative 3. So this one is negative 3, and then we'll do it all over again. Okay, we'll do it with 0, we'll do it with 1, so y equals 2 times 1 is 2, minus 3, y equals negative 1. And we've got it one more time. We've got y equals 2 times, in this case, 2. Y equals 2 times 2 is 4 minus 3. Y equals 1. So I have these 3 points that I need to graph, so I'll graph them in different colors. 0, negative 3. Here's 0, and negative 1, 2, 3. 0, comma, negative 3. We'll do the next one in red. 1, comma, negative 1. 1, comma, negative 1. And last but not least in blue, 2, comma, 1. 2, comma, 1. And I got a nice straight line. Okay, we're going to be doing the same thing today with our quadratics. This is the graphing portion and the labeling. Here are the labels. There's the graph. Okay, teacher did number 1. I'm going to write this equation. Y equals x squared plus 4x plus 2. Okay, the x values are going to be going inside those parentheses. So let's make our table of x and y values. We've got our x values and our y values. On your paper, you already have it written out for you. And I'm going to give you your x and y values today. Well, just going to give you your x values today. Okay, so here are your 3 values, negative 4, negative 2, and 0. Let me mark them on this graph for you. So here's going to be negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's negative 4, negative 2, and 0. These are the points in which we're going to graph our x values. These are all of our x values. So let me label them. We got x equals negative 4, x equals negative 2, x equals 0. Negative 4, negative 2, and 0. We plug them in. Negative 4, negative 4. We'll do this first. Y equals 16 plus 4 times negative 4 is negative 16 plus 2. 16 and negative 16 cancel, make it 0, plus 2, y equals 2. Negative 4 and positive 2. 1, 2. Negative 4, comma 2. First point. We'll do it again. Let's move this out of the way. We'll do the next one in green. So our x values, negative 4, let's do the negative 2. Here's negative 2, negative 2. Y 2 squared is 4, minus 8 plus 2. We're going to have negative 4 plus 2. And we got negative 2. Negative 2 and negative 2. Yeah, that's about right. Negative 2, negative 2. Negative 2, comma, negative 2. And last but not least, we'll do this in red. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. Last one we'll do in blue, which is 0 and 0. 0 squared plus 0 plus 2, get 2. 0, comma 2. Now what you notice is these two have the same y value. They make a pair. So I'll trace and I'll connect. Goes that way. Okay, next one. Table, plug them in, plot. I want to see these points labeled, so they should all be labeled. This one, this one. Highlight your points, maybe color code them to match. Okay, I'm going to set up this equation. I'll create your tables so you know what we're looking for. Okay, so I wrote your equation out. I have blanks for your x values, and here are your x values. I rewrote the equation just like I did over here. I'll plug them in. I'll leave the work this time, so I'll have negative 3 and negative 3. Negative times a negative is going to be a positive 9. Positive negative is negative 12, and then positive 3. These two make negative 3 plus 3, and that equals 0. So our y value is 0. So this makes our first pair. Negative 3, comma 0. Actually, you know what? I should probably mark these down. Here's my negative 3, my negative 2, and my negative 1. So the first one was negative 3, so 0. Negative 3, comma 0. Negative 3, comma 0. Now, let's do this again with the other number. Let's group this and shrink this down. That's the first number. We'll do it again with negative 2. Negative 2 and negative 2 squared is going to be y equals 4. This is positive. Minus 8. That's this one. And then I'll have plus 3. 4 minus 8 is going to be negative 4. Plus 3 is negative 1. Negative 1. So negative 2, negative 1. Okay. Now what you'll notice is this equation is exactly the same as the first equation that we did. There's only a slight difference between this equation and the first one. The only difference is that it's not a plus 2 like the first one was, it's a plus 3. Now the equation looks very, very similar, even when we graph it. So let's finish this off. So what we get, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1 squared is negative 1. Y equals negative 4 plus 3. Sorry, this should be positive 1. Negative, negative, positive. This is negative 3 and positive 3, which is 0. So negative 1, comma 0. And this goes like that. Something like that. Now what you notice is these two items look very, very similar. The only difference is it kind of moves up. Instead of being negative 2, negative 2, we have negative 2, 1. This is the only difference. is that this went up one space, because this value also went up one space. Okay, so this value here, this C value, is going to represent our vertical translation. Translate up or translate down. Translates a movement. Okay, I can set this equation as well. Just give me a second. Okay, so I set this up a little differently, just visually. I wrote the equation 3 times, and I kind of made it fit a little bit better. So I'm going to plug in, well, this should be an x. These are all my x values. Here are my x values. They're also called our domain values. So I'm going to have zeros. That's the first one. I have ones, second one. I have twos. So I'm going to solve each one and then come up with a solution. 0 squared, 0, 2 times 0, 0 plus 2, y equals 2. Here's 0, and I'm looking for 2, so 0, comma 2, check. 1 squared, 1, minus 2 times 1, which is 2 plus 2. Positive 2 and negative 2, they cancel. All I have is y equals 1. Y equals 1. 1 comma 1. 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1. Last but not least, 2 squared, so y equals 4 minus 4, negative 2 times 4, plus 2. These two cancel, and I'll have y equals 2. 2 comma 2, 2, 2, 2 comma 2. Label your points so you can notice what's happening, what's changing, and we have a parabola. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to start asking, where the heck did I get these numbers? That's going to be a lesson for Thursday, Friday. How do we come up with the right numbers to use? Okay, so we're working on that. Now, this one is important. There's a couple of important numbers here, so let's start talking about those things. We can start moving our knowledge differently. This here, where x equals 0, it's right here, x equals 0. Whenever x equals 0, that is our y-intercept. So y-intercept is 2, 0 comma 2. So back here, I didn't have one here, so I'm not worried about it. Here, I have a x equals 0. So again, this is my y-intercept. Okay, right there, where it touches the y-axis. All right, second really important point on this graph is right here, 1 comma 1. Now what you notice is from 2 to 1, I'm going down. It's a minus. And then all of a sudden I go 1 to 2, it's a plus. It's a change in direction. I'm going down, 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 down. All of a sudden I'm going up, 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 up. Okay? This is the point of what we're looking for. It's a point of change. Okay? It has a name. Okay? Most of you already know what that name is. It's your vertex, also called your minimum or your maximum. Okay? You should be able to look at your y values and see a change. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down. All of a sudden it's going to start going up. The one in the middle is your vertex. The rest of the notes are going to continue on the second video. Since there's a sub in today, you have lots of time to get through all of them.